In 2021, I saw a South African movie. There is a particular scene that intrigued me so much. I would like to share it with you. Now, a member was a kind of disappointed in God, so to say. Things weren't going out as she planned. Her children were misbehaving. One of her daughter resorted to prostitution, so she was worn out. So she decided to give up on God. So she stopped going to church. She saw a friend of hers, a secondary school friend, who was into drinking and all that. So she decided to join her, became a drunk, started messing up. And although her friend tried to advise her, she was not going to listen to her friend. So I tried to watch and see what the reaction was going to be, maybe from family, from friends, from anyone who claimed to have loved her. And she was mostly dedicated to the church. She was a choir member. She was all dedicated. She was all out. It took a little time, but eventually, one of those days, the pastor called the congregation. They moved in large numbers to her house, and when she saw them, she burst out in tears. She went on her knees and she was crying. In fact, they didn't even ask her anything. They didn't ask her what happened, what's going on with you, are you broken? They just took her. As they got to her house, they took her by the hand and led her back to the church. That part of that movie sent shivers to my body, because most pastors of these days are no longer interested which member is leaving or staying. They're no longer interested. A situation where a pastor, I've heard a pastor say on the altar that you think anybody is begging you to stay. If you want to go, you go now. When Christ himself said he left the 99 sheep to go after one that was missing. You're telling members you don't care whether they are staying, whether they are leaving. I don't even want to talk about the preferential treatment given to either rich or poor members. I don't want to talk about them. That's a topic for another day. Because if you're sick or you're leaving the church, you're not rich, you're on your own, nobody will send you. Perhaps it's because of the poor church members that they used to make that statement. I don't know, because I don't think a pastor will consciously, most pastors I know, not all, most pastors will consciously make a statement to a rich member of the congregation. If they want to go, they can go. So you don't care. So if you're telling a member that if they want to go, they can go, you don't care why they are leaving. What are you doing? Do you even understand what pastoring is? That's what they call it in Igbo. Somebody that gathers the sheep. That's what they call a pastor. A situation where the owner of Zozuato is now telling the sheep, if you like, you can walk and enter inside the bush. I don't care. If you like, go let lion eat you. I don't care. What is now the work of the shepherd? What was the shepherd sent to do? If the shepherd can be telling the sheep, you can go, I don't care. It is so sad. These things I'm saying it, somebody may think, this one they don't do them. See, most of you that know me, I'm a pastor's child. I've spent all my life behind the pulpit. Yes. I've heard members complain. I've seen people pained. I've seen people disappointed by what the church did to them. A lot of people have stopped going to church. Some people say, if na so Christians, I be Christianity be, me I no go there again. It is very sad. As much as you're trying to let people know what it means to be a Christian, I hope you know what it means to be a pastor. I hope you know what it means to be a shepherd of the flock of Christ. Because it's like this game is a one-sided game where the shepherd, the sheep are supposed to know how to be a sheep and follow obediently, and the shepherd have no business being a good shepherd. I've heard the pastor say that. If you like, you can go. He even said, if you go to that church, you're going to. Let's see if you're going to succeed. Like, this is something is coming out from somebody on the altar to a member. It's very disheartening. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to be cutting it short. I've made the first video concerning this. If you haven't watched, just go up and you find it, you watch it, and I'm going to cut this one and continue because I don't want it to be cumbersome. I don't want it to be so long. Okay, I'll be going over to the next episode of this video. Just stay tuned.